So I'm proud to stand with four leaders today. I'm proud to stand with, in particular, two people who, let me say this, I'm a mayor of a small city. I walk down main streets, and I walk down streets in my neighborhoods. And it's easy to say, well, my representatives in Washington aren't fighting for me. What are they doing for me? Well, look no further, citizens of Maryland and Delaware, than your Senator Cardin and your Senator Carper, who are saying, I'm going to stand up not only for the people of my community, in my state, in my district, but I'm going to be in Washington fighting for an entire region and fighting for an entity that has no voice unto itself, so we've got to have one for it, the Chesapeake Bay. So as I said, my name is Jake Day. I'm the mayor of Salisbury, Maryland, and we call ourselves the capital of the Eastern Shore. and we don't do that out of ego. No, that comes from pride. We're proud of this place. We're proud of our position in a geographic region that is special, the Chesapeake Bay. Salisbury is America's 7th fastest growing job market and Maryland's fastest growing city. And we could easily just kind of rest on our laurels and say we're happy, and we'll tell that economic story over and over again, and we don't care about the Bay. But you know what? I think the reason why we're seeing that success, the reason why people even come to our city, is because of where we are. It's because people are once again choosing to live and play and visit a place that has taken care of itself, unlike it did for centuries, unlike it did for decades. We're 2.5 hours from the bustling of Washington, D.C., or Baltimore, or Philadelphia, or Norfolk. It's a quiet place, but it's a place that's special and beautiful and different. And we've seen some years that are good, some years that are bad. We've got wet and dry years. We've got years that the Wycomico River sees high levels of bacteria, or high levels of nitrogen, or phosphorus, or high levels of sediment. But we know that when our president says, this program's not working, we say, on the contrary, that's not true. The trajectory, the arc of the health of the Chesapeake Bay is getting better. This program is working, and it's working for us in tangible ways. And it's precisely because of federal involvement that it is getting better. Whether it's in Salisbury, or La Plata, or Aberdeen, or Dover, or Dewey, these cuts are reversing the tremendous environmental gains that we have seen. And this is the moment that we should be doing more, not less. In Salisbury, $75,000 right now through the Green Streets, Green Towns, Green Jobs grant is helping to revitalize our main street and to keep stormwater, polluted stormwater, from reaching the Wycomico River. $67 million from the Bay Restoration Fund right now is rebuilding our wastewater treatment plant and reducing by 90% the impact of nutrients into the Wycomico River and the Chesapeake Bay. Look, I get it. To a political activist, the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Program is but a special interest. But to the people who visit my city, and to the more than 18 million people in the Chesapeake Bay watershed, this is our food, our water, our home, and our culture. I get that to a budget analyst, the Chesapeake Bay is really nothing more than a percentage point. Nothing more than something to cut. Nothing more than a fraction. But to the farmers and families of our region and of the Eastern Shore, it has been the tool that has reversed mistreatment of our most precious asset. And to provocateurs, the EPA is but an example of government overreach. But to the crabbers and oystermen whose industries disappeared thanks to pollution that went unchecked, their revival and the return of the healthy blue crab and oyster populations to the Chesapeake Bay is thanks to a committed and serious environmental protection effort. And the EPA is a group of warriors. In my short time in public leadership, and yes, it's been short, I've learned something. And that's that absolutes don't really exist anywhere but in theoretical mathematics. And to those of you who know me well here, you're going to laugh because I have a tenuous grasp on mathematics. But the absolute deconstruction of the efforts of the EPA, the restorative action of the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Program, and the lifeblood of our region, the Chesapeake Bay itself, it is bad for the people of Salisbury, It is bad for the people of the Chesapeake Bay region. It is bad for the people of Maryland and Delaware, and it's bad for America. And I urge, and I insist that the appropriators, the colleagues of Senators Cardin and Carper, say no and reject these cuts and heed the call of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and President Baker in restoring these cuts, in restoring the funding to $100 million for the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Program. Thank you.